Hey, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't subscribed yet? IUIC Atlanta Burning 2.0. What you waiting on? Get it done. Do it now.
Hey, get them clicks, get them likes, and subscribe. Do it now.
Now, the subject is submission, right? The household. Starting with you. Is the household 50-50 between man and woman?
It can be.
You said it can be.
It can be.
Sis, you're married. In the household, is it 50-50? You said no. What is it?
We're not gonna touch on that subject.
We gotta touch on that subject because a lot of our households, we think it's okay until we read the Bible and it's contrary to how we live it. 1 Corinthians 7. Oh yeah, that's a great point. Is it happy life, happy wife?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
What about you?
No.
You said no. A woman says no. Why you say yes? Why does a woman have to, for her to be happy, you are happy? What does that mean? What are you saying?
Well, I can only speak for me.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, but for me, like I done been out there. I done seen a lot of things. I used to be a strip joint guy. So you know what I'm saying? I done seen everything I could possibly see, but I found that one woman that I know has my back. If I fall, I know mine got me.
Okay.
I know mine got me.
What has to do with her being happy for you to be happy? Like for instance, when you say happy wife, happy life, I gotta do whatever she's in authority. That's what you're saying. And whatever she says, I gotta make sure I do so that I can make sure that she's having the best time of her life or whatever to make her, to please her. Contrary to what we read in Genesis 3:16, go back to that. Your desire, you switched the roles that God placed you in. God says that her desire is supposed to be unto you. Meaning what? Happy husband, happy life. Let's read it. Read.
Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Read. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. Read. And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Her desire, your wife's desire, is supposed to be unto you. Everything that you need or that you want, she should want. It should please her to please you. It should please her to please you. Same for you too, sis. For your husband, you are helpmeet to your husband. That's what the woman was designed for, to be a helpmeet to her husband, not the other way around. Read that. What you got?
And he shall rule over thee.
And you shall rule over thee. Does that mean I got a whip and I'm cracking on my wife? No. Doesn't mean I'm disrespecting her, calling her out of her name? No. What you said earlier, I go to work for her. I provide for her. I make sure that she is okay. But never I would take an authority or submit unto my wife. If she has an idea, I can listen to it. But at the end of the day, who it comes down to will make that decision? Who's gonna make that last decision, sis?
I guess the man.
You guess the man? Let's read it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
After whose?
Thy mind.
Meaning what? You're gonna understand, my Lord, your husband, I trust in him to guide me the way that he wants me to go. I trust in him because he's gonna protect me. He had the best consideration for me and my children. So for me, I gotta have the same mind as him. If he say go this way, I'm gone. If he say go this way, I'm gone.
We talking about on a godly level.
We talking about Bible, what God says to do.
Okay, with the man in the home being a man of God, right?
Yes.
That's in the Bible. Okay.
Correct.
Just want to know.
Okay, so now we said it. You threw that out there.
Just want to know.
Huh? Let's go.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman.
Don't give yourself over a light woman. Earlier today, you missed out. We was going over not being hasty to be with certain people, right? That's what we do today. Now, your wife should have the mindset to follow you. He said, don't be to a light woman, a woman who just disrespectful. She don't want to listen to what her husband got to say. She believes I can do everything by myself. I don't need a nigga. That's their mindset. That's going to cause none but trouble in the household. It's going to cause none but confusion. Because guess what? You're going to raise children. And they're going to see that, dang, my parents do not link together. They don't have no camaraderie. They can't agree on certain things together. They always bumping heads. Why? Because the wife does not want to submit to her husband. That's what we're trying to break out here. We're trying to break that curse amongst our family household. Yes, y'all married, but it doesn't mean that y'all living righteously. You causing dysfunctional families.
Right.
That's what it is. So yes, you should be with a godly man, and you should be with a godly woman. Don't give yourself to a like woman or a like man. That makes sense. 1 Corinthians 11. We got to understand that. So now, when we say submit, sis, right? When we say that, you give an order. When, also brought out a great example. If your husband come to you and tell you, from now on, sis, you need to start wearing dresses. And like you said, is he going to buy the new dresses? Yeah, he's going to buy the new dresses. But at the end of the day, what you going to do?
Once he buy it, I'm going to wear it.
Okay. They're on, right? Are you going to say, well, no, I don't want to do that. Are you going to be like that?
No.
Are you going to debate him?
Listen,
Uh-huh.
I think once we on the same level of that and he's going to buy it and it's something appropriate and I like it, he like it, then we good.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
No.
He got it.
I think so. What if you don't like it though?
Then I don't
Like,
want
okay,
it.
let me use this analogy. Your husband come home from work, right? He see you, he say, hey babe, I need you to go fix me a sandwich with some chips. Look how my brother laughed over here. Why you laughing? Why you laughing at? Why? Why you say? Why it's funny? Well, that's my point. How would you react?
I would be like, what type of sandwich you want?
Oh, okay. Hey, give a hand, give a round of applause for that. You all right? Because listen, most women, that's not going to be their response. What you think is usually their response when we ask that question?
Why you can't make it yourself?
Exactly. Hey, give me the one in 1 Peter about Sarah obeyed Abraham. Because many of us, especially the church-going sisters, they will submit to everything except the man. I'm telling you, a lot of these Christian women, they the worst ones because they think they married to Jesus. I'm telling you, you making those faces, but this is majority.
You probably know them.
Listen, you might be a little bit different, right? Because that is one of the few times we've ever gotten that answer. Because I can recall the last time I asked that question to a sister, her response to me. Watch this. My sister right here. Come here, let me ask you a question. Right here. We family. Come on, we family. You all right? What's your name, sis? Tori, you married?
No.
You want a husband?
I don't know.
She don't know. Okay, let me ask you a question, Tori. If you, hypothetically, let's say you was married,
Okay.
right? And your husband came home from work, and he said, hey, I need you to make me a sandwich with some chips. What you gonna tell him?
I'll make it.
Okay, you'll make it. Now, what if you don't like the way he said it to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a way to say everything.
Huh?
It's a way to say everything.
You still gonna make it? That's the point is that it shouldn't matter, right? When I was talking to Roseanne, right? Roseanne, not Roxanne, Roseanne.
I've heard it all.
But I want to make sure I say it.
Roseanne.
But the point is, regardless of how your husband asks you to do something, because sometimes we men, stuff go on in the world, right? At work, whatever case, we might come home frustrated. But the Bible tells us that a soft answer turn up away wrath, right? So if I meet you with a certain type of energy, you're like, oh, you shouldn't try to match my energy. And that's what most people do in relationships. Your job as the woman is to be the pillar of rest. So if you see your husband frustrated from work, oh, you know what, my husband is, he's had a tough day. I'm going to make sure that I make this a safe haven for him, right? Read that.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 6. even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Doing what?
Calling him Lord.
Sarah called Abraham her Lord. That is what you're supposed to refer to your husband as, because he is the Lord of that house.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You're supposed to look at your husband like you would look at Christ.
Right.
Because your husband is Christ in that household.
Right.
We ain't talking about a wicked Negro that's selling drugs, that's robbing, that got you trapping on the streets with him. No, we talking about a righteous, God-fearing man that's keeping the commandments of God.
Right. Right.
Because the Lord is working through him. Come on.
Whose daughters ye are.
It says, whose daughters ye are. You see that? So being in subject to your husband is regardless of how he may say something, or I'm not going to say what he may say, because if he's telling you to sin, then you're not supposed to do that. But regardless of how he says it, you're still supposed to do it, right? And pray that the Lord help him with that. It's not your opportunity to go back and forth with, I don't like the way you said that to me. It's a different way you can ask me. It's not time to do that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, officer. Come on.
All praises. How you doing, sis? What's your name? Corey. Okay, so sisters. So you got what the point I was trying to bring out, sis. You get the understanding now. Let's get Surah chapter 6 in verse 7. So we're gonna show you the reason why we have to change, we have to reform our mind. Because we've been taught wrong by these people. You understand? We're the greatest people on the earth. We got laws, statutes, and commandments, instructions. Right? Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
So a lot of times we don't know how to do that. You understand? We don't know how to prove a friend. So we end up finding ourselves with certain type of people that we don't really compatible with. A lot of our sisters can't submit to them because these are not real men. You understand? They're boys. But what you see here, let me get that Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. Real men is coming back in the herd. Real black men. You understand? The Most High God is raising us up, waking us up from the dust that we were in. But we've been oppressed, trodden down, enslaved, depressed by the other nations. And a woman, you see what takes place when the man is not leading. Right? Degeneracy, evil. Because the woman raising the kids by themselves, which is not normal, now we see the result of that in our communities. Read.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Because ain't nobody in this earth better than the black man.
That's right.
No other man is better than our people.
Right.
God said we're the greatest people on the planet. We're the best. And we can speak boldly with that. Because God says he chose our people. You understand? So we have to come back and rule our people. We have to rule and take care of our families, take care of our kids. And a woman has to submit. There has to be an order. That's what God tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, right? Read.
Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
So as much as you see our brothers walking on the streets with their pants below their butts, smoking weed, selling drugs, God said we're going to be better than fine gold.
That's right.
Because we are the greatest people on the planet.
Right.
You understand, sis? So we need our sisters to fall in line so we can take this kingdom. This world belongs to us. And the nation must pay for their crimes against our people. Read.
Therefore I will shake the heavens.
They will what?
I will shake the heaven.
That's what God says. When we find the rightful place, he's going to destroy this place. Read.
And the earth shall remove out of her place.
Destruction is coming to Babylon. Third world war is coming here. That's what the Bible prophesies about. Destruction is coming to this place. But we have to fall in line. The black man must wake up. We must take back our rightful place. And we need our sisters. We need our sisters to bring forth righteous seed in the earth. You understand? That's why we need a woman to submit and follow behind us. Because we're not going to steer you wrong, sister. As long as we keep in God's laws, best believe, the only thing we're fighting for our women, our kids, we're fighting for our nation.
That's right.
Read.
In the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
Because God ain't happy. Christ ain't happy, and he ain't coming back with kisses and roses and hugs. He's not this homosexual looking man right here.
Right.
This soft, effeminate, fake Christ.
Right.
He's a black man. Austere. You understand? The real king. This is a fake Edomite devil. Read.
And it shall be as the chaste roe.
That's what the Bible prophesy about world thermonuclear war. You understand, sisters? So we need our women to fall in line. Because the black man is waking up. We're falling back in our rightful place.
Right.
You understand? They're not going to broadcast this around the world. Why? Because they don't want the world to see this. But we're going to teach this, and we're going to broadcast it. This is why we have a camera. Because we're going to show this to the world. We're going to travel the world and teach this to our people. And allow them to understand that we are the people of God.
Right.
We're God's chosen people.
Right.
We're not supposed to be selling drugs to each other.
Right.
We're not supposed to sleep around with a woman, not marrying them, pouring out our sisters. God punished us with plagues, with disease. Why? Because we're promiscuous. We want to have sex with everybody. God said we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to marry. Because marriage is honorable in the sight of God. Let me get that Sirach chapter, what you got? Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. Because we have to continue with a godly man. The Most High said we have to prove a friend. We have to prove our spouse. You understand that, sis? Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man.
I want you to hear this, sister. So when we say submit unto the man, we not say submit to a nigga. We say submit to what?
A godly man.
God says submit to a godly man. Not a wicked nigga who want to sleep around with multiple women. A man, God said one wife, one husband. That's what God says. And you're supposed to do what?
Be continually with a godly man.
Read.
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Because God said earlier we read where he says some of them pretend to be holy or to be righteous, but they're not. But God tells you, you're supposed to be godly. By doing what?
Be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
So one who you know to keep the commandments of God. These brothers you see out here, we keeping the commandments.
Right.
We are the rare breed on the herd. You understand? The prophets back in the herd. And we are here to prophesy against this wicked kingdom.
Right.
But we first and foremost, we want to gather our people back to us. We want to gather our sisters. We don't want to see no more Tukianas. No more sexy red.
Right.
You understand? We done with that. Get Romans chapter 12 and verse 9. Last scripture. Romans 12 and 9. And we're going to shut it down, sis. Lord, I pray that you'll be able to visit us, sis. You got a flyer, right? All praises, sister. So you learned a lot today, right? All praises. Read that.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil.
So this is how we're supposed to be. Love each other. Abhor evil. We're supposed to hate the things that we see in our communities. Hate to see our women walking around raising kids by themselves. We're supposed to hate that. We're supposed to hate seeing our brothers on the corner selling weed, selling drugs, smoking. Read.
Cleave to that which is good.
What is good?
The laws of God.
The laws of God is good. This is what we need to cleave to.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.